Hello and welcome to the Bitcoin.review podcast, where we explore developments and projects with the people who actually make them happen. The show is supported by Pod 2.0, Sat Streaming, and CoinKite. If you're a new listener, I'm NVK. I run CoinKite, where we've been helping people secure their Bitcoins for over a decade. We make the cold card and fun products like the block clock. You can find more information about it on coinkite.com. Hello and welcome back to the Bitcoin.review podcast. Stop being gay on Twitter. It's really bad out there. The price is over $90,000. Enjoy your fucking life. I know it's hard, but you can do it. I know you can do it. Look at the mirror and smile. Hello, guys. Today I have with me Mr. Livera. How's it going?
Hey, thanks for having me back.
Ben Carman.
Yeah, good to be spending a couple hours not being gay on Twitter.
And Cat himself, Rijndael.
Hello. Bitcoin crashed down to $93,000. We'll never recover.
Oh no. Horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Straight to zero.
Yeah, it's... Have you guys noticed? I mean, there is no memes on this bull. Like, the guy doing the drumming, and like...
Remember there was like the bull girl, and there was like, music videos.
Every bull is marked by good memes.
So, the guy playing the drum with like the cat and the girl in the back dancing, a bunch of the text on there is all like Trump policy stuff. So you can just reuse that meme now. Like it's fine to use it. And so my wife and my son and I, every time Bitcoin hits an all-time high, we play that. And it's like our thing.
I'm surprised you haven't automated that with like an Arduino.
Ben's been keeping me too busy.
Right. Yeah. No, I feel like it's important to reflect over it. It's starting to like annoy me how much like not fun people are having. It is weird.
The bull market happened too quickly. We were like 50K, and then like a week later we're at 90. It's like we haven't...
Dude, that's nothing. I remember when it went from like 12 to fucking like, I don't know, like it was like 90 or something.
Yeah.
Like
Well, but then there's also just all this noise on the timeline where people are fighting about like the MSTR premium. And so
everybody's a NAV expert now. They just learned the word NAV, like they had before the word, what was it? Like something with Celsius. Like they were a clawback expert. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I interrupted you there. Like, please, rant, guys. This is therapy.
Yeah, no, it's there's some good memes coming out of that, right? Like Rob Hamilton was going and digging up old Bitcoin talk quotes and replacing Bitcoin with MSTR and then tweeting it. So like that's really funny. Those are great evergreen memes. But I think a lot of the mimetic energy is going into arguing about MicroStrategy and not making Bitcoin memes. So we gotta redirect that energy and make Bitcoin memes.
It's so weird, man. Like, can you imagine? Like we've always had imperfect bull run champions, right? Like throughout history, right?
Sure.
Had Bitcoin Jesus. Like we had Trace Mayer.
Yeah.
It's always had like, we always had somebody who like, was very pragmatic.
Mm-hmm.
and with a pocket that was big enough to move the price. And it's like, like you couldn't ask for more. Like to have a dude who's a TradFi guy, like buying a shit ton of Bitcoin, moving the price. Like the last one was like, remember when it was Gary with the GBTC? Right? Like,
yeah,
dude, enjoy. Like, like that's what Bitcoin is for. Like, it could have been like fucking like a dictator.
Yeah.
Right? That was buying all the coin.
You know what I think is we need a few more quote unquote main characters this cycle, right? Obviously, Michael Saylor is one of the main characters, but we need some more main character energy out of people. And then that is where the memes will flow because they will do something. It'll be funny or someone will make a meme of it. And then that's where the memes flow.
But like, I think like the thing is there is no longer an incentive for individuals to be like the champions of stuff, right? Because like, gonna get kidnapped. And then like individuals no longer have the economic capacity to move Bitcoin price either, right? Like, I mean, like,
right.
An individual doesn't have $100 billion to go and just market buy.
Unless you're Elon or, someone.
Yeah. Even them, dude. Like, it's like they're not like $100 billion liquid.
Yeah, he doesn't have that in cash. Yeah, for sure.
Right? So like, I think the age of the individual being the champion is like done, right? Unless they do something bad, right? Because people love canceling somebody. But on the good side, I don't think we get heroes anymore. Anyways, yeah, it's like there's only so much dunking you can do on the people being grumpy. All right. So some housekeeping. Bitcoin Black Friday starts, it's this week. And we just announced that the store is now in Black Friday mode. So do go enjoy it. There's BitcoinBlackFriday.org has deals from many companies and their dates. So go there and check it out. Go support a Bitcoin company. I don't subscribe to the no consumerist people. I love Amazon. I love buying shit. I think it's great. And normally people who make things love like a pile of tools and a pile of parts. So, have fun. What else? AnchorWatch. They got anointed by Lloyds of London with their cover holder status.
Amazing.
All that was missing was a sword ceremony. And I wanted to put that on the beginning of the show because like this is a monumental fucking deal. This is going to help self-custody a lot because a lot of companies can't do self-custody without insurance. And it was simply impossible to get reasonably priced insurance on Bitcoin piles that was self-custody. So this changes everything. Remember we were talking about the big pockets on the beginning of the show? Yeah, they need this.
I mean, it's also cool that they're solving this hole in the market with a very Bitcoin native solution, right? They're not just like throwing lots of lawyers at it or finding some way of like hedging their downside by, picking a price or something. Like they're actually doing interesting things with Bitcoin script to try to solve a real need in the market with an actual technical solution combined with like legacy finance. It's super exciting. Like I know how much the team there worked on this, and it's a huge achievement.
Yeah, I mean, Rob Hamilton, for the people that don't know, he's the MPC Maxi.
That's right.
He's really working on that. And Becca is the bulldog who plows through the poor guys from corporate that don't even know she's coming. And, in that team there, they made it happen. Like, I'm super proud for them. These guys worked their fucking ass off to make this happen. And being first on this is a big deal.
I think we've talked about a couple times in different, conversations here is that a lot of times the really boring shit is actually what like moves the needle. Like going and explaining to insurance people how Bitcoin script works for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours isn't sexy or glamorous or fun, but somebody's got to do it. And that's ultimately where a lot of the value is. And so, I think there's a lot of opportunity in Bitcoin to find really, really boring problems and go solve them, and people will pay you for it.
Yeah, we're going to need everything.
Yeah.
Right. We're going to need insurance. We're going to need like Bitcoin lawyers, everything. It's like, the world was developed for the dollar fiat system, right? And, I'm sure when the fiat stuff showed up, like they only had gold things. So we're going to start having Bitcoin things. And this is going to help. Like, I'm super, super interested in how like the self-custody tools are going to change because of this. We're going to have more of these interesting scripts that are going to have a third party. There might be an insurer participating on that, and how that plays out into actual scripts. So it's not like, we're just talking about legalese crap here. It's like how this actually affects scripts. They built Trident, which is just like multi-sig wallet system. That's the underlying tech behind this. And we've been sort of participating in some of that with the Cold Card Edge firmware. And it's been fun to watch.
Yeah. And I guess the key difference here is like compared to people putting their coins with BitGo and their insurance, this is now self-custody and insurance. And so that's kind of trying to have the best of both worlds. Because I did see when this was announced, I think Mike Belshi from BitGo was sort of going back and forth in the comments about the exact numbers and things like this. But yeah.
Yeah, and what's funny though is the BitGo insurance is atrociously low percentage of the actual hodl. It's like it's not real. It's like bullshit insurance, self-insurance really. So what they do is they have a pile of cash, and if somebody gets fucked in one of their wallets, essentially they'll try to cover it. But if there's systematic failure there, they can't cover it. Well, this is it's like for each unit
Per wallet or per customer.
Yeah, you are covering the actual wallet total amount, and it's basis points cost. It's like actually like economically realistic. It's normal price of insurance. This was an absolute amazing pull. All right, moving on. Urgent vulnerability disclosures. Krux releases security fix for AES-CBC encryption flaw. The revealed camera capture entropy wasn't properly utilizing AES-CBC encryption, reducing its intended security strength. It affected backup, stored, flash drive, SD cards, and everything else. So this is very interesting. And we've been saying this for years. It's like, I am not as concerned often about the cryptography algo used. This is a great algo, especially the CBC. And the problem is implementation. So you have projects, especially like a smaller DIY projects. They just don't have enough economic actors using it. It's less review. The folks reviewing it are not specialists. And, you make a little boo-boo on the implementation. And it's like, now you have weak encryption. It's a huge problem.
I haven't dug into the implementation here. I've like seen Krux, but I haven't like read through the code or whatever. It looks like the default that they use is what's called AES-ECB mode, just a public service announcement for anybody who's like implementing AES in your stuff. Do not use ECB
Ever.
It is the worst. It is the worst and weakest mode for a block cipher because it can lead to people being able to determine what the plain text is without actually attacking the cipher or without actually like cracking the key. And you can leak a lot of information through ECB mode. CBC is like the baseline of what you should be using, but there's actually a much newer
CTR
cipher mode. Yeah, CTR is pretty good. The current state of the art that everybody should be using, if you don't know better, is called AES-GCM Civ, SIV. And this lets you do authenticated encryption where imagine it's kind of like encryption plus signing put together, but Civ mode protects you against things like nonce reuse. Because like the traditional way that you do AES-GCM, if you reuse a nonce, then you get into trouble. Civ is like much more footgun friendly. So if anybody is like implementing AES encryption in a product, use AES-GCM Civ unless you have a really good reason not to, and then you should be able to like clearly articulate why you're doing that.
So I'll tell you good reasons. So the problem is you might not get that accelerated in a lot of hardware.
Yeah.
So all the secure elements, they will support CBC, CTR, and a few other sort of like more old school ways. I haven't seen ECB in a long time used.
Yeah.
Surprised it was used. But again, it could be like hardware, like maybe the vendor library. Like a lot of the DIY projects use a lot of vendor libraries, right? I imagine it's less lift.
Yeah, a lot of them do, but also, you can do things like you use the stronger mode for key wrapping, like a master secret, and then you do the hardware accelerated mode for like bulk decryption. There's like ways of doing this. There's also hardware support in like modern hardware for like GCM mode. Like there's like ways of doing this. All I'm saying, like, I don't know the details here. Maybe they have a good reason, but like if you're building something new, please don't do ECB unless you have a really, really good reason to.
And this is another note for like why commercial projects, exist and are good. It's like, very few people fly on DIY airplanes. Like your wealth is in their airplane. You might want a commercial airplane. Sure, there's problems. Nothing's perfect. If you're going to use DIY, use it for multi-sig. There is a lot of value in this. I love this project. I think it's a great way of validating things. I don't recommend DIY projects for a single sig, like in general, as a rule of thumb. I think the market incentives are better on the commercial stuff for reviews and, lawsuits and all kinds of shit that come with fucking up. And also time in the market, right? Like if you're going to put all your eggs there or part of the eggs there or, just you want something that's been around for years and has been pounded by the environment and it's had multiple versions. It's just that's how it works. You know,
And, like having signers of different maturity or different hardness as part of like multi-sig setup, like you can spread that risk around. But yeah, I would just be careful with DIY commodity hardware for single sig.
Yeah. And when you are spreading things around, it's like, like what underlying like libraries are these projects using, right?
Yeah.
So for example, I was diving around, I was taking a quick look at one of this DIY projects repo. And like, dude, you go look at the dependency, the Linux dependency, fucking Vim is in there. Why are you importing Vim into your hardware wallet or your signer? Like, it's like, why?
I feel like there's a like a code golf problem lurking out here. Maybe somebody can do this as part of a hackathon of like implement like a Musig signer in like Vim script and then like put that into like a open source signer. Something crazy.
I'm all for Vim UI, but it is pretty brutal, man.
Hey, actually, while we're talking about Vim, I want to shell a quick thing that somebody on our team just put out yesterday. So it's not on the list. I'll give Johnny a link so he can put it in the show notes. But somebody on our team wrote a NeoVim plugin that if you're working on Bitcoin script, you can put a comment at the top with what the stack and the alt stack need to look like, and it'll insert overlay in the UI to show you after each opcode like what your stack looks like. It's a huge like upgrade in Bitcoin tooling for like script stuff.
NeoVim doesn't exist. NeoVim is a shitcoin. Sorry.
Yeah, but now we have better tooling for NeoVim.
No, NeoVim is a shitcoin.
I have really mixed feelings about it because I was like a toxic Emacs maximalist for over a decade.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man.
You come from that side.
The truth comes out.
Well, I mean, somehow I am not
surprised.
Yeah. All right. I love it. Like, just through this part of the conversation, we probably lost 70% of the viewership. Perfect. The goal is to get to 0 by the end. Software releases and project updates. BDK version 0.30.0. This release bumps MSRV to 1.63.0 updates. Rust QLite dependency version to 0.31 to be aligned with upcoming 1.0 release. This is projected for migrating wallet data to 1.0 version of BDK. BTCPay Server version 2.0.3. If you're using Boltz cards, we advise you to update this release.
Solid note.
Yes, they had. Didn't they had like a thing called the money bug recently with like the pool payment lightning cards or something?
Oh man, I missed that.
Yeah,
They've had a lot of bugs like that.
Didn't know about it.
New feature, Greenfield histograms, add lightning data to API points, add image upload to app items.
Did you put on the list the Namecheap thing with BTCPay? They like,
what was that?
It might be in the news on the bottom.
Okay.
But don't know. Just mention it.
Yeah, what is it?
Up in the chat. But yeah, they did like I don't know, a case study post about done over like 1 million transactions and like what was it? It was like 7 million users, and or not 7 million. It's just like, where is it? 500k users. Yeah, 1 million transactions and 73 million in revenue. It's pretty insane. Like,
hell yeah.
I think average transactions like $60-$70. So kind of cool to see. And that's like all no lightning.
Wait, that's the total users or that's the people who use Bitcoin?
Bitcoin. So yeah, people like using.
That's impressive.
Yeah, right.
I mean, they're the only player.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're like on chain only, no lightning, like all that stuff. And they've been doing good.
Yeah, 1.1 million transactions, 500k total users, 73 million revenue. And that was over, I think, 3 or 4 years, something like that.
Okay, so it's over a few years. That's very cool. Very respectable.
Definitely cuts a hole in the whole Bcash narrative of no commerce.
we don't address the retards. There's no point.
We are the retards.
We have the ADIQ.
They think they're smart. We just know we're retards. I think that's the.
I mean, it's kind of nice. Like, once a year you go and you renew all your domains, you renew all your Mulvad subs, and it's like, 3 transactions and you're done.
Yeah. Nunchuk Desktop version 1.9.40 and Android 1.9.54 support code card as inheritance key. Option to send all remaining for batch transactions. Cool. That it's like they're really doing a good work. I think the UX needs a little bit more work, but it really is good. It's very useful. There's lots of privacy, all the right things. Good for them. Proton Wallet update. Adds replaced by fee, RBF, to speed up the confirmation speed of transactions.
Yay.
I have, Proton is one of those companies that truly triggers me. Aside from the possibility of being a massive honeypot,
Sure.
it's like bullshit privacy. Dude, I tried creating an email there, a free email, just to have, because I needed an extra email for an entity. And my God, it's it's like worse than GoDaddy. It's like nonstop ads for you to click in the wrong thing and upgrade. They lock the account out when you try to use it to create accounts on other things. They rug you into putting phone number. It is just horrible. Horrible experience. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe people had better experiences before. Maybe when they created their emails years ago, it was better. If Proton people are listening, please guys, get your shit together with this stuff. It really is a horrible new user experience. It's very triggering. Do you guys use Proton?
I do. I have a Proton Mail account that I made years ago. I pay for a paid.
Before it was bad.
Yeah, I pay for a paid tier. I pay for it with Bitcoin. I re-up it every year during Black Friday. They do 30% off or something. So I renew it then. I haven't used their wallet. The thing that I thought was interesting is, it's a self-custody wallet that they're marketing at an audience who might not otherwise have a non-custodial Bitcoin wallet. So that's cool.
Yeah, that part is super cool.
And the fact that they're adding features like RBF, I want RBF in every Bitcoin wallet. So I'm down for that. I don't have any thoughts about their general onboarding flow these days. I haven't done it in a long time.
Yeah. It's one of those weird companies. It's I want to love you. Please let me love you. Do you know what I mean? It's
yeah.
Help me help you.
Many such cases.
Many such cases, yes.
Their wallet's cool, because it's self-custody, but they with their email encryption as well, it's encrypted, but it's they have the keys.
Yeah.
But it's this secure enclave stuff, so you're supposed to be able to trust them. So same with the wallet.
I hope it's not SGX.
Yeah, hopefully not. But it's cool where you can get the self-custody use case without having to expose the user to all that complexity.
I mean, as more people come, we're gonna need all kinds of solutions. Some more ruggable than others.
Speaking of needing more memes, I feel like we can really do the monkey paw meme with SGX stuff, where it's you're hey, I really wish that there was better privacy with this thing, and it's oh no, it's on SGX. That'd be a good meme for that cycle.
Totally.
Yeah.
SGX needs to die, but it's only gonna grow because there's no alternative. Not for real,
AWS Nitro, but
it's scale. Yeah, it's pretty brutal. It'll come, but
I really like Nitro Enclaves as an alternative for SGX. It's different set of trade-offs, but that doesn't fit everybody's deployment model. If you need it on-prem, then SGX is kind of still either SGX or you've got to do Cavium cards and write your own firmware and terrible.
Yep. Everybody wants low lift NPM install. All right, Bitcoin Keeper version 1.2.20 and 1.2.19. Redesign transaction priority screen. Enable remote key sharing and signing for Blockstream Jade and Seed Key. Improve transaction fee estimation and transaction details, view signing, external PSPT, code card vault, registration via NFC, Android bug fixes. Nice. Ben is really kicking that project into shape. It's nice little alternative to Nunchuk.
Shout out the bands.
Yeah. Oh boy. Nix Bitcoin version 0.0.0 115. Bitcoin D updated, CL Boss updated, Electris, Trusted Coin, and the LED module exec start post script is now extensible with custom scripts. You know that project wins when you can go on like Amazon and press deploy Nix Bitcoin.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think it's far. Krux version 24.11.0, temper check flash hash and temper check code experimental. The feature verifies the integrity of the device's flash memory by generating a unique tamper indicator that relies on the hash of properties. That's awesome, guys. Because it's ESP32, right? The K10 is kind of. It's like some variation of that. And those things are not very hardened. So what you do is you watch your own flash, and hopefully, that's a nice improvement. Add flash map, auxiliary tool that allows users to visualize regions of the device's memory that are empty. Add Japanese translation. BIP85 allow export base 64 passwords. Nice. Vulnerability fix. Block import Python module from SD card. Whoa. Add compatibility to partial text mnemonic QR codes, add multi-keypad position indicator, add computer simulator for Wonder MV device. Krux ethos guideline have been created to assist with decision-making regarding Krux project interactions. Nice, guys.
Such a cool project.
It really is.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, I got into hardware and firmware stuff just as like a palette cleanser from working on like a lot of web and like infrastructure stuff.
Well, it was for your Christmas tree.
Yeah, it's for my Christmas tree. If people want to do something different in Bitcoin, this might be a good project to do some bug fixes for or something.
This is actually firmware. It's not Raspberry Pi.
It's like proper firmware.
Yes. RoboSats version 0.7.3. WebSockets now working Android app and a bunch of other updates. Bitkey App version 2024.73.0. Now see Coinbase offers alongside partner exchanges when you sell your Bitcoin. Bitkey introduces an inheritance feature enabling users to designate a single beneficiary for simplified fund transfer after their passing, a 6 months wait period, safeguards against fraudulent accident claims. This is cool. This is very cool. And I was pleasantly surprised. I was very skeptical on how some of the stuff works. And I've had reports that the recovery outside of Bitkey works well. So without Bitkey participating, I still gives me a little bit of the heebie-jeebies knowing that there's two counterparties that could sign you out of your money, right? There's two separate corps, right? There is Bitkey has a key in their servers. There is an app key.
Yeah, there's one in the server, one on your phone that's managed by the app, and then one in the hardware.
Right. So, app plus server can collude. And there's the privacy concern. But, I think this is as good as it gets for something extremely easy that the trade-offs are better for people who are on their Klaus Schwab account or Coinbase and don't want to do the work.
Yeah, on the privacy stuff, the Bitkey team just put out a paper at TabConf, I think, that gets into a lot of the work that they're doing with Frost and with using ZKPs for privacy between the app and the server signer. So I think a lot of the privacy stuff's going to get better over time, and you can see where they're going. And at the end of the day, you gotta ship.
Trust me. It's also trust me, right? You have an app, you're a publicly traded company. It's trust my app, trust my server, right?
Yeah. And you can go see the code on GitHub, and there's some, you gotta trust that it's deployed on your phone because you can't actually get a signature out of your phone. So, it raises the complexity of them rugging you, but it doesn't prevent them from rugging you. It just makes it more complicated. On the inheritance thing, I'm excited to see how this actually gets used and looks, because something that I think not enough people have connected the dots on is what they're basically doing with this inheritance feature is they are emulating a vault, like a vault covenant.
Yeah.
And they're doing it using the server signer to emulate a vault covenant. And so this might be a case where a company can put out a feature, have it used by a lot of people for a real use case that actually demonstrates that there's market demand.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, like I really want to see them like advertising this thing to like, the Best Buy buyer. Like, like doing the rounds around Bitcoiners, I think it's retarded.
100%.
Like, it's like anybody who listens to the Bitcoin pause is going to prefer a plate with a seed.
Yep.
And like, just go out there and get new Bitcoiners. Like, make Klaus Schwab advertise this with a deal. Seriously, it's like convert your ETF into real Bitcoin. That's the play. Like, that's the thing where this needs to go. Otherwise, you end up arguing with Bitcoiners. They want to be anarchists, cypherpunks, or whatever we're called nowadays.
Paranoid crypto anarchists.
Exactly, right? Like,
yeah,
we are not the audience.
Yeah, I've been telling other Bitcoiners who might sleep through this show that like this isn't a wallet for them. This is like maybe a wallet.
It's not for you, guy. If you're listening to this pod,
it's not for you. But if you've got like a family member who's going to ask you how to take self-custody and you don't want to be tech support for them, it might be for them. Like maybe not. You should do your own research.
Yeah, this is for the people who don't want to learn how to drive. All right. RewindBitcoin version 1.1.3. RewindBitcoin is a wallet that prevents theft, rewinding vaults, lock funds, starting a countdown when unlocking to allow for response and authorized access. Do not know this project.
It looks kind of like, I mean, just from reading it, it looks kind of like a Revolt, but for mobile, Revolt, but for like, individual, like smaller cases,
Yeah, like, so controversial opinion here. It's like, if you can't afford a hardware wallet, you don't need one. Like, it's one of those things. It's like, go have Lightning, on something, go do some other stuff. I think I've said this many times, but the UTXO rotation on the current state of virtual covenants or degrading multisig is unusable for people who actually use the wallet.
Yeah.
For the insurance option with like Rob with AnchorWatch, it makes complete sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's for hodls that are not going to move. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still bearish on this.
Well, and like in that case, in the AnchorWatch case, the timeline for having to roll over your UTXOs is tied to the expiration of your insurance contract. So there's kind of like already a forcing function where you've got to go like do some stuff anyway. That's different from, hey, every 3 months or something, I have to go roll my UTXOs. On the whole, like if you can't afford a hardware wallet, you don't need one thing. I used to have a pretty healthy debate in a past life when I worked on wallet stuff full time about like how big of a stack should you have before you actually spend money on a hardware wallet. And I think it's like, it doesn't make any sense to spend $150 on a hardware wallet to protect $300 of Bitcoin, right? Like there's definitely some threshold there. And below that threshold, like just, use a good software wallet and sleep well at night.
Yeah. I mean, one thing that it came to mind when I was thinking about the Bitkey thing is that it's like, if it's truly hardened, they're going to end up with the lava bit problem because you're a single source vendor. So, they force you to do something you don't want to do. Apple bumps into this problem all the time because it's like, it's a legit tentative.
Yeah, but you were saying it's a single vendor, and I guess you're saying the lava bit problem. So I guess basically the state can come and say, hey, we want this guy's coins because we think he's a drug dealer, terrorist, whatever, right?
Change the app. It's like, and don't tell anyone. Here's a NSL letter. No, and it's going to happen. And I was saying like the Apple stuff, right? Like Apple generally tries to do things with privacy, generally tries to make things secure. Like it's in their DNA to make hardware right. And they don't want to participate in your selfies. Like they legitimately don't want to participate in that, and it comes with a bunch of problems. And they're attacked left, right, and center by, the government to change things so that, the government can access people's shit. It's a hard problem. And, but there is safety in the numbers, right? Like if more companies like copy the Bitkey solution, I think we end up at a better place. And another cool thing about Bitkey is that they don't make money from like, the Bitkey app, really. I mean, the hardware wallet, it's like pretty low margin too, with that amount of bronze in it or whatever they use there. Brass.
It's like brass and stone.
Brass and stone. And they make money from the Cash App. So it's in their interest to get new users. It's like a good set of incentives. Anyways, I remember that because Steve was in my DMs recently. If you know Steve, he's in your DMs.
He will do that. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, Steve, I don't need a promo code to shill it. I'll shill it because it's a good product. Umbrel version 1.3.0 swappable apps. You can now choose which Bitcoin nodes app you want to run on Bitcoin node, and a bunch of other stuff there. Umbrel's cool project. Very JavaScripty, but there's no keys. ESP-Miner version 2.4.0, Boltz web app 1.5.1.
Sweet.
All right, project spotlights. Wallet dev kit by Tether. A multi-asset cryptocurrency wallet in JavaScript. Great. Shitcoin wallet. ScriptLab. Uncomplicating Bitcoin script, learn and code scripts with blocks. Okay. That's cool. It's a little school thing. Mempal. A Bitcoin mempool monitoring notification app for Android. So guess like a watch-only wallet like we used to have. Alert! Your coins moved. Great. They moved. Bye.
And there they go.
And it's gone. I kid.
I think it's also for fee rates. So it's like a notification if fee rates below a certain level and that kind of thing.
That's useful, actually. Although I think we're going to forever have low fee rates because the TradFi Bitcoin proxies will take initial retail demand. Debifi, a Bitcoin-backed lending platform providing institutional-grade liquidity. Debifi update, adds support for Cold Card, now available in the App Store. Super cool project is by the guys from Hodo. It's like KYC-free, Bitcoin-backed USDT loans.
Huh.
Now, I thought Debifi was KYC, but Hodl Lend wasn't.
Oh,
okay.
Maybe you're right.
That might be, that's my understanding. I could be wrong.
I don't know now. Now I'm confused. But anyways, you can use hardware wallets to be part of the cosign.
That's cool.
And these guys have access now to real money. You can borrow real money from them. Partner with Swiss banks and all kinds of shit.
Huh.
Super cool. And one of those underrated, under the radar, just making shit happen, It's they're doing good work. These are the guys who put up Bitcoin Honey Badger.
Honey Badger, yeah.
Yeah.
Max and the guys.
Yeah. Dart, BIP 85 package, Descriptors Go, Tick-tock-tui, a TUI app to handle Bitcoin data provided by mempool fees, awesome Bitcoin guide, the ultimate guide, Bitcoin guide, secure who wrote this?
Anonymous 3000. Don't know who this is.
Yeah, I'm always skeptical of guides and so do your own research. I feel like everybody who discovers Bitcoin and finally buys a decent amount and is a little technical decides to write a guide because they go through, and then you go read their guides and you go I haven't read this one, just being skeptical. BitAxe has Dashboard, a home assistant dashboard for BitAxe miners.
That's cool.
Yeah. Radpool, syndicated mining pool. Satadelica, trippy Bitcoin price visualizer. Nice. I'm going to go check this one out. Let's go look for some mushrooms in a poop.
Oh, whoa. Yeah, it is crazy.
Oh, let's fucking go.
Yes. Look at that. Just needs sound.
Yeah.
Open controls. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Let's hide the Bitcoin logo. No logo. Oh, yeah. That's better. Look at that. 3P. All right. The vulnerability disclosures. Nearest neighbor attack. Exploring near Wi-Fi for covert access. Classic. You can go read the details of the attack on the list. A new ghost tap attack exploits NFC mobile payments for fraud. Nice. It's about time. It's been quite good. Leaked documents review Graykey, a phone unlocking tool, provides only partial access to phones running iOS 18 and 18.0.1, including the iPhone 12 through 16 series. Nice.
Fun.
It's only partial. That's kind of a big deal. And then they have the Gray 2.0 that nobody knows about, right? That does the other 50%.
Did you see that Apple quietly rolled out a feature that if you haven't unlocked your phone in like 48 or 72 hours, it reboots? It's
Yes.
like
They know.
Hilarious. Yeah.
They know. You know, like it's the same reason why Apple created the lockdown mode and didn't tell anyone. It was just for celebrities because they don't want celebrities to have their nudes like leaked, and it was a problem. High price there, you know. Can you imagine how much those things, like those guys, make when they sell those things to like one of those celebrity rags? Oversecured researchers discover 7 vulnerabilities on Android and Pixel devices affecting millions of users. Nice. All kinds of Linux problems here. You can already see vulnerability allow unprivileged apps to access geolocating and grant VPN bypass privileges. Jesus. Yeah. Apple urgently patches vulnerability affecting macOS and iOS, including CVE 2024-44-38. Arbitrary code execution, nice. And CVE 2024-44-309, cross-site scripting. I'm pretty sure that iPhone and the computer in lockdown mode would have prevented these. That's literally what those things do. Don't run the previews. A decade-old security flaw in Ubuntu need restart package. Research discover local privilege escalation vulnerability in Ubuntu need restart package. Nice job, NSA. You guys got this one covered for a long time. Chinese man arrested in Bangkok for operating from a van a 30-kilometer range SMS blaster targeting populated areas, sending millions of phishing messages per hour. Nice.
Awesome.
This is what they need to do near a Bitcoin conference.
Yeah.
Remember they used to do this in the subway in big cities? Because just a few years ago, most subway stations didn't have signal, right? So it's very easy to get the phone to engage with this fake cell.
Right.
And they would just spam everybody like, you know, like go to the harbor and like for a free boat ride. Like it was the most innocuous kind of spam. $5 wrench attack. A gym trainer in Mira Road, Mumbai was robbed of $56K by an 8-member gang during a USDT cryptocurrency deal. Oof. Who's doing a deal on the side of a road?
For Tether.
Oh no, there was, yeah. They want the stability. Simple X version 6.2.0 beta 1. Flux, the second pre-configured operator app, improved metadata privacy, and they did a few more things here. Signal introduces call links and enable users to share unique meeting URL for quick access to a call. That's nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes, that's useful. Signal, you know, it has the Tor vibe to it. You know, the government allows it to exist, helps it fund it through many proxies, and somehow it just keeps on going. Project Spotlight, DFlock, an open source, crowdsourced project mapping automated license plate reader LRPs around the world. Aims to raise public awareness about widespread use of LARPs. ALPs.
LARPs is better.
Alpers. Interesting. All right. Lightning Plus, L2 Plus. Project Spotlight, Phoenix Server, Lightning Wallet, an open source wallet built on top of Phoenix D.
That's cool.
Project by Zaprite. There you go. So is Zaprite going to get an actual like node and proper full Lightning solutions? Is that what's happening?
I think this is more like an interface they're building for Phoenix D, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that a lot of users wanted to use Phoenix D, but like no clean.
I mean, the problem with Lightning is like, you know, you want somebody else to handle it.
Yeah.
Especially like, you know, most small business, like I don't want to deal with that. Kashuber. Cashew eCash money printer. Print your own eCash notes using either eCash
Okay.
from the same mint or Lightning. Talking about Cashew, somebody squatted the cashew.nuts or nuts.cash.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, like when like a good domain. And it's a dude on Nostr. Not cool. Don't do that. Sell it to them. Like, make a buck. You got it first, sell it to them. Sing for Sats, karaoke, web client, which allows users to request songs to be added to the queue, leveraging LNURL and FediMod. What's FediMod?
Never heard of that.
It's like a crypto library or something? No.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's like a Fedi. It's like maybe it's like the plugin thing for that.
Oh, I see.
Fedi mods, all the web apps you and your community love in one place. Okay, yeah, I think it's like a Fedi thing.
Cool. All right. Software releases and project updates. Primal version 2.0.21. It's fucking awesome release. The reason why I moved from Nostr to Lightning is because it is the best Lightning wallet. Like, it really is. Like, it's what, what's the name of that other one? Something of Satoshi?
Wallet of Satoshi.
Yeah, it's what Wallet Satoshi wish it was. Like, this is a lot better. Its underlining is Strike. And it's like very, very light KYC, ultra light KYC. And it just works. And you got your Nostr contact list there. And I don't know, it's just very happy with it. And, and then they have everything else on this release, which is the reads, the explore, the feed marketplace, advanced search, launch Primal Premium. So you can, help support the project so you're not the product.
The premium is pretty interesting. They did it's like a monthly subscription, but you can also do become a legend, which is like a minimum you donate $1,000, but you can do up to a Bitcoin donation. It's like 100K, which is like, I mean, we'll see who does it, but it's cool to have the social signaling.
Yeah, no, it's very, very happy with it. Milian is killing with that project. It's kind of hard to compete with Vax on feature parity.
Yeah. Especially nowadays.
Yes. I mean, they're kicking ass on Twitter too, right? I mean, like, they're really pushing that. Like, they're not sleeping anymore. And it seems to be fun again. LND version 0.18.4 RC1, the main channel state machine and database, now allows for processing and storing custom Taproot script leaves, allowing the implementation of custom channel types. Nice. A new protocol .simple -taproot -overlay -chans configure item CLI flag added to turn on custom channel functionality, compatibility Bitcoin D version 28, performance improvements. CDK Cashew Development Kit version 0.5.0. This release included support for NUT17 WebSockets for Mint, as well many bug fixes. Cool. Really think Cashew is the future of L2 plus.
I thought it was L3, right?
I call it L2 plus.
Yeah.
Because it triggers Kali. Phoenix Wallet version 2.4.3 redesigned the screen for sending payments. Photos can now be attached to contacts. Zeus Wallet version 0.9.3-beta 1 and Zeus Pay update. If anyone requests that CoinKite accepts Lightning, go bother Evan. He is your point man. And if you ever have any problems when we do have Lightning on our store, go bother Evan. He's your point man.
So when CoinKite eCash support, I want to be able to buy Sats cards with eCash.
Oh man. We're still on one addresses.
Yeah.
It's the store works. It's like milliseconds to reboot.
I mean, like that makes sense when you're buying $400 worth of hardware, but when I want to buy like $12 worth of Sats cards, it'd be nice to be able to like use.
Yeah, I know. I
eCash
hear
or
you.
something.
I hear you. There's also credit card.
The truly scalable payment system.
Yes, we'll get there. First, we need to upgrade Segwit. Nutstash version 2.0.1. Nutshell version 0.16.3. I love that like most of the Lightning updates are like Cashew related. Fountain version 1.1.8. Breeze SDK updated. The Lightning LNP2P bot updated. Boardwalk updated. Geyser updated. Aqua Wallet updated. And really, you can see Samson on the Aqua Wallet like release notes. Phase 1 of UI refresh with new Aqua logo and colors. Thank you, Samson.
Yeah.
The release is titled "Make Aqua Great Again."
Yeah, just lean into the memes, right? Clams remote version 2.5.0. Nasser project updates and DK mobile updated. Ola's an Instagram-like client for iOS and Android. Ola's the project by Pablo. Pablo heard me saying on the show that I wanted Instagram for Nostr, so he went and coded it. If any therapist out there ever hears a call from Pablo, hang up, okay? Because instead of going to therapy, he needs to code more Nostr solutions. Don't take the call.
A Nostr front end for talking to your therapist. Get on it, Pablo.
There, get on, Pablo. Nox, a command line Nostr bunker built with Dino. Nostrout automated anything on Nostr. Easy DVM, simple DVM Python implementation. That's probably very useful. Feature cross-platform Nostr app written in Haskell. Nosy. Nosy is a search app for Nostr. Nos2x for Firefox. Nostr sign-in extension for Firefox. All right. Gonna skip the software updates here for all of them because they've all been updated since. Gift Buddy, by the way, I use this a lot.
Oh, yeah? What do you use it for?
Yes. To search them because I don't ever know the name of the memes.
And
I can never find them, right? Like I'm too boomer with them because I'm still waiting for like, the AI that goes through all my Apple photos that being saved, the memes that I saved from the internet, just sorts them all. And then reads my mind when I'm trying to find that one meme that I want. So Gift Buddy is the next good thing for now. Boosts. Thanks for everyone who streams sats. Shout out to our top boosters. Chris, is there a technical limitation that prevents CodeCardQ from being able to type a note and export it in encrypted with a deterministic encryption key so that it can be decrypted with another queue, same seed? It's already like that if you use the backup clone feature. So we encrypt everything in the cold card with your master secret, which is also happens to be your seed. So if you just clone that code card, both code cards will be able to see that master backup. So if you want to sync, you can just export backup from one and take it to the other. PodConf, 500 sats. This podcast is not compliant. Yes, I am it's very disappointing to us.
I think that's a compliment from them, I guess. Yeah.
I don't know. I want to be compliant because I want the hat. I really want the PodConf compliant hat. Not the non-compliant hat. I want the compliant hat.
Can't you buy that? I don't know. Do they have a merch store, or is this like secret gear that you only get?
It's not the same. It's like, you can't buy this kind of stuff. Like you need to comply, and then they send you. It's kind of like the YouTube award thing.
Yeah.
You need to comply and get it from them to be valid.
Mm-hmm.
BT Con board 300 sat. Liana is massively underrated. You will be underrated until UTXO rotation is resolved. Sorry. I love those guys. Absolutely love the work that they do.
CTV fixes this.
Yes, CTV fixes this.
So does Cat.
Yeah, it does. In a less interesting way, but it does. Yeah. Well, we'll see. The Covenant and the soft fork, hard fork conversation is taking such a a shitty turn where it's like kind of hopeless conversation right now. It's like just people shitting on people and people who don't have any idea what the fuck they're talking about shitting on people, and it's just brutal. But that's Bitcoin. It's supposed to be like that. A highlight from the recent Optech release. I'll let you guys go and subscribe to Bitcoin Optech and get it from them. They have a pod too. But we have the show notes with some of the highlights. Chaincode Labs launches the 2025 edition of BOSS, Bitcoin Open Source Software Program, a free 3-month program focused on Bitcoin and Lightning open source development. On Lightning, DLC Markets has transitioned from Signet to Mainnet. That's cool.
Oh yeah, just with the boss thing. Actually, I just recorded just earlier. I recorded an episode with Matthew Zipkin and Satsi talking about that boss thing. So that episode will be out for people who want to know more there.
Awesome.
Yeah. By the way, check out her zine. Satsi has a great Bitcoin zine. It's very, very old school style of zine. I love it.
Yeah, it's cool.
What else? Noster, private and ad-free pay-per-query search engine, Kagi HQ joins Noster. Oh, that's a big one.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I actually use Kagi or Kagi or whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were on Nostra. Cool.
The last time I changed was about 12, 14 years ago. I moved to DuckDuckGo, and then I just got too lazy. My brain is just now compatible with it. It just,
So, Stephan, how are you finding Kagi? I haven't used it or seen this before.
Oh, so to be clear, I don't use it for everything.
Sure.
I use the Fast GPT occasionally on there, and sometimes they've got a summarizer.
Oh, cool.
So sometimes you've got like YouTube video and it's like a 1 hour thing, and you're kind of like, all right, let me just paste this URL here and give me the kind of the AI summary. Okay. So I kind of use the AI summaries, and occasionally, if let's say I'm searching for something that I know the regime will not allow good search results, then I'll go use Kagi for that. That's kind of how it's not my, let's say, my daily driver. Let's say like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I started using Kagi a little while ago too, because I had like a couple searches on DuckDuckGo that like they like wokified. I was like, okay, I'm out, and
yeah,
it's good. They accept Lightning, so.
Block announces Proto. That's their like ASIC thing. Casa introduces Casa Enterprise. Leading domain registrar Namecheap surpasses 73 mil in Bitcoin revenue since it's 2020. Are they counting their gains from like the transactions of the first year, like long ago? Very curious on their accounting. Swan Bitcoin sues farmer legal firm. Okay, so they moved on from suing the people, now they're suing the legal firm. That's great. Wow, they had conflict. Man, law firms that don't disclose conflicts, it's slum dunk. TradFi, Revolut, cryptocurrency exchange, Revolut X expense attorney. Is that related to the actual Revolut bank?
I guess it is, but I don't know.
That could be interesting. Private investment firm, new market capital launches battery finance, Bitcoin collateralized loan strategy. Funding OpenSats, we funded a bunch of people. Lots of stuff.
Awesome.
Mining, Russian bans winter digital currency mining in Siberia. It's just funny. Yeah. Moving the needle.
Yeah. This is interesting, isn't it? Because it's like you're seeing countries who are, they're banning Bitcoin mining during the peak season because they want it to be free for their, for the regular people, for the heating or whatever.
Right.
Or aircon, I guess.
Right. Privacy, U.S. Congress critiques Tornado Cash. Yeah, I'm surprised about that. Chinese government employee with access to vast surveillance systems are profiting by selling citizens' data to private brokers. Perfect. China is going to apparently lift the ban on Bitcoin purchases. I have no idea if this is the inverse.
I saw that.
Fake. Remember when China was going to buy Bitcoin? There was the FUD for 10 years in Bitcoin.
Right. It was China bans Bitcoin was the FUD, right?
And now maybe China's going to unban is like the new sort of like a positive FUD.
Fake bull hopium. Yeah, they're going to unban Bitcoin, guys.
It's like the Saudis are bidding.
Yeah, the max bid.
Right. Movard VPN cancels remaining PayPal subscriptions in order to reduce star customer data. Man, PayPal is such a fucking horrible partner. Like, we don't use them. I try not to use them for anything I can. It's just absolutely horrible. Like, they are just trash.
Yeah, it's a pain.
I don't know how these people wake up in the morning. Like, they make Visa look like nice people.
Aren't they owned by Visa? Or is that Venmo?
No, they're owned by PayPal. I'm sorry, they're owned by eBay, right?
eBay?
eBay.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And then they keep on buying and selling Skype.
Well, Microsoft dropped the ball anyway. That's a whole operational.
Wow, they didn't drop the ball. It's like, like.
No, I'm sorry. They didn't drop the ball. They were a friend of the NSA, and they got asked to pick up and drop the ball.
That's right. It's like, you have Skype, encrypted chat. Everybody's using it. It's amazing. And it's also replacing phone lines across the world. Guys, can you guys please give us a backdoor? No. Can you guys please give us a backdoor? No. We're going to put you in jail if you don't give us a price. Yeah, try. It's not going to work. It didn't work. eBay, can you please go and buy Skype for us?
Was it Microsoft?
Sorry, I take it back. PayPal was owned by eBay, but they got spun out in 2015. I totally missed that.
Oh, there you go.
It's fine.
No, Microsoft rebought Skype later.
And then nerfed it.
Or was Microsoft that bought it and then they rebought it and then, anyways. Yeah, and then protocol, a bunch of Bitcoin stuff here. We can move on. Cryptography. The mathematicians discover an elliptic curve of rank 29,
Good job, guys.
breaking an 18-year-old record. This rank measures the complexity of rational points on the curve. Cool. Government and political are our favorite part of the show.
Oh, same item. Yeah.
And past events. Sats and Facts, Bitcoin Technical Unconference in Thailand. Hakalajara, Guadalajara First Bitcoin Focus Hackathon.
Sweet.
Don't take your Bitcoin to Mexico, guys. Bengaluru, BitDevs Summit in Bangalore. Reads. Here's a list of top recently published reads. High Risk, Low Reward by Tony Giorgio.
It's a fun one.
Boost Your Bitcoin Nodes Sync with UTXO Snapshots by Jameson Lopp. Bitcoin Course, Loss of Focus by Jameson O'Byrne.
That's James O.B., yeah.
Yeah, you should definitely go read that.
Yep.
I don't agree with a lot of it. I agree with some of it. I think it's still an important thing to read if you care about consensus dynamics and things.
Well, it's important to read stuff even if you don't agree with it and just get other people's perspectives. I know it's a hot take on Bitcoin Twitter, but
dude, seriously, how dare you?
It's kind of funny because the item before this on the list is about using Assume UTXO snapshots, which is a feature that James O.B. worked on for like 5 years. Super cool feature. If folks should go read Lopp's blog post about it. Basically, if you boot up a new Bitcoin D instance, a new Bitcoin node, you can import a snapshot of the UTXO set and your node will continue syncing from that snapshot. And then once you get to the chain tip, it'll go and sync from Genesis in the background. So you get that like full Genesis sync, but it reduces the time to you being caught up and being able to like receive payments. So for like standing up a new node under certain scenarios, it's a huge win for just like sync time.
Yeah. I wonder if it would be maybe in a future version, it could be like packaged or set up in a way where it's like, it's at least an option for people where they don't have to go and do like manual command line wrangling to get it working.
I think it's a huge win probably for like the Start Nines and Umbrels of the world. Like,
I was going to say, this probably was born out of their Casa node on a Raspberry Pi way back in the day. Something tells me it's related to that. That's how this started. Analysis of crypto policy landscape following the elections by Coin Center. How decentralized is Blue Sky really by Chris Lemmer Weber. Dude, Blue Sky is such a joke.
Ugh.
Did you see that video of the guy like trying to say something offensive and then the app itself?
Oh, right. I think he was trying to say there are two genders and then his account got insta-cancelled.
It immediately got canceled. Yeah.
Amazing. Freedom. Wow. I love that the meme now is the Blue Skies for pedophiles. It's really funny. It's like catching on as a thing.
It's very funny.
I mean, the left can't meme. That's the biggest problem that they have. They're not funny. Bitcoin Dev project's guide on how to sign a MUSIG transaction.
Oh, cool.
Does sovereign default, risk explain, cryptocurrency adoption, international evidence from mobile apps, Bitcoin under volatile block rewards, how Mempal statistics can influence Bitcoin mining. Mining is always going to be a drive to marginal cost. Shit business. But people are going to make a killing until then. Guys, thank you so much. We're becoming good at going through this list.
I'm amazed we got through it.
Surprisingly efficiently. Impressive.
Professionals.
I know, right? Any final thoughts? Any commentary on anything? Anything you guys want to talk about?
I guess nothing is actually happening in Bitcoin.
I mean, right now, just the price, it's like I'm going to go back to McDonald's.
That's right.
That's right.
Something that just got merged a little while ago, like 2 weeks ago, but it was in the list, is ephemeral dust. InstaGibs have been working on this for a while, and I think Gloria merged it in. Kind of big deal for a lot of L2 protocols. I think it might change some mempool dynamics. So if you're interested in fee pinning and relay and all of that stuff, definitely go check out the ephemeral dust PR that got merged.
Cool. I wanted to give a shout out to Bull Bitcoin, being using them more often, and Jesus Christ is awesome.
Awesome.
For the people who use them abroad, you understand, it's just, it really is magical. And so shout out to them. Final thoughts. Ben Carman.
Let's activate AppCat next week.
That's achievable goals. I like that. Mr. Stephan, final thoughts.
Yeah, keep on hodling. Nothing really to add there. Just keep on keeping on.
Oh, wait, but that's not using Bitcoin, I hear. I hear that savings is not an approved use. Okay. Mr. Rijndael.
Make more memes. We need more memes during the bull cycle.
That's right. I keep on saying, man, you're not going to get 100K until the memes are worth 100K.
That's right.
It's a meme market. We live in a meme world. You live in my world now.
I'm waiting to drop these laser eyes. I was waiting to drop them last cycle, but now I'll hopefully drop them.
Yeah, guys, it's your fault. You're not being funny on Twitter. The price won't rise until the whining stops.
The beatings will continue until morale improves.
That's right. Guys, thank you so much. Have yourself a great day.
Bye.
Thanks. See ya.
Peace.
Thanks for listening. For more resources, check the show notes. We put a lot of effort into them. And remember, we don't have a crystal ball, so let us know about your project. Visit bitcoin.review to find out how to get in touch.